What's up world, welcome back to my channel. Vladi B here. I hope everybody's staying safe and getting wealthy by the day. In this video I promised to talk to you about Hotbit exchange. Hotbit is a great platform. The reason I like it a lot is because it has access to a lot of tokens and coins that are not available anywhere else. The best thing about Hotbit is that it's got really low transaction fees and no gas fees. So for example, I tried to buy Kuma Inu. When Shiba started going crazy, I said, okay, I want to find more tokens like this, or coins, whatever you want to call it, that might explode, and I wanted to buy Kuma, and Kuma wasn't available anywhere. So I got that MetaMask wallet, so I connected it, I found the exchange, you can use it, swap, and I had to pay. So for me to buy, I think I wanted to just invest $100, just $100 to put into Kuma. That would have bought me back then maybe like $1 billion of Kumas, right? So it's like a significant amount for just $100. It loses a couple zeros, you can turn out $100 into $1,000. It's no brainer, right? It's a gamble, it's like a lottery, but with much higher chances of winning the lottery. So here's what happened. I went to buy it and I had to pay $50 in gas fees just to get $100 worth of Kuma. So in the end of the day, it cost me $150. And I only bought $100 worth of it. So on Hotbit at the same time, buying Kuma would have cost me nothing, just maybe $1 or $2 in the fees, in the transaction fees, and I would have saved $50. That $50 could have bought me another $500 million of those Kumas. So that's how much money you can save on that alone. Now, when I found about Hotbit, it was a little bit later. I already knew about Hotbit, I just didn't get a chance to get around it. I'm just too busy with other things. Unfortunately, cryptocurrency is not my primary 100% full-time job, which I'm hoping to turn it into one eventually, right? All depends on how well it's gonna go. So far, it's going good, but I'm being safe, I'm being careful. I'm only investing what I can afford to lose, so that means I can't really do this full-time. I need some kind of an income stream to support me and a little bit of extra that I can afford to put towards cryptocurrency. Gambling, I call it gambling because this is what it is. In the end of the day, it's gambling, because you don't know what's going to happen to that market. It can crash tomorrow, it can go skyrocketing, go to the moon. You never know what's going to happen. Historically, we can see the charts that show us that cryptocurrency does nothing but going up in the long term. So even the Bitcoin, when it started as 60 cents and then eventually went up to $1,000, $3,000, and $30,000, then it went down to like $1,000. It was crazy for like a few minutes, and then it went back up to 30, 40, and now look at that, it's at 60,000. It's like a normal thing for Bitcoin to be at 60,000. Now if it goes down to 40, I think we should buy, because who knows if it's gonna ever go down to that low again. You might not even ever get to 40,000 again. That's how crazy it is. So people that keep saying that, you know, it's too late to invest because it's, you know, it's already at its highest. You know, it keeps going up higher and higher. So what is the ceiling there? A lot of people are saying it's 500,000, 500,000 is the ceiling for Bitcoin. Other people are saying that maybe 2 million. What if it's 2 million? What if you had 50,000 today to invest into Bitcoin, and 2 or 3 years down the road that 50,000 turns into 2 million or even 1 million? That's an amazing freaking investment. But who has the 50,000 to invest right now out of pocket like this? Cash. Not a lot of people. So what happens is we are now left with other tokens that have a great potential to grow. For example, Shiba Inu. Of course, it's always easy to talk about what if. What if I was there, if I was there, if I did this and that, that's what would have happened. But if we didn't do it, that's too bad, so sad, right? We missed out on that chance. But a lot of people didn't. A lot of people actually were there and they made that money. So if you're looking at the Shiba chart, we can see clearly that in the beginning of the year, just less than a year ago, it had so many zeros that $1,000 could have turned into millions, multi-millions. You could have turned into a multi-millionaire if you invested just $1,000 at the right time in Shiba. And you might say, well, $1,000 is a lot of money. Who would have known, right? That's the thing. All the YouTubers that talk about, like, here, you should have done this back then. Of course, it's easy to talk about what you should have done. What needs to be talked about is what to do now. So what do we do now? So I want to share my strategy with you. Who knows, might work, it might not work. If it works and I shared it with you, amazing, give me a like. If not, well, we tried. You know that it's a gamble. My strategy is this. You find more coins like Shiba that still have a bunch of zeros. 6 zeros or more. That's kind of the ideal. Even 5 or more. Because if it's 4 zeros, it's already a little bit expensive if you want to buy a significant amount of it. And by a significant amount of it, I'm talking about like millions. 100 million, 200 million, even a billion if you can. So once you have a billion coins, let's do the math. So about a year ago, you could have bought a billion SHIB tokens for $1,000 and turn that $1,000 into 50,000. That's how crazy that is. 1,000 into 50,000 in less than a year. And that's more than some people's income, yearly income. We're talking about, you know, making one transaction and then do whatever else you're doing. So if you're still working your full-time job that makes you another 40,000, well, now your income went to 90,000. That's freaking amazing. But again, easier said than done, and we already missed that opportunity. So what now? Now they're thinking, what is another coin that might do the same thing? What is it? And Hotbit is the way to go, because Hotbit has all those different tokens that are not listed anywhere else that are still super low. You can buy billions of them for under $100. Alrighty guys, so this is my Hotbit account over here, and I want to show you quickly how to actually use this thing. So once you create the account, of course it's fairly simple. The way you put money into here is you click on the fund on the bottom right over here. You click on fund. It might look different. I'm using an Android. It might look slightly different on an iPhone, but I doubt it. I think all the functions should be fairly similar. Let me explain one thing about Hotbit to you. You cannot connect any bank account to your Hotbit. That's the one thing about that makes it so much different from other platforms. Coinbase, Uphold, all those accounts, Webull, Robinhood, it's really easy to put your money on it because all you do is you connect your bank and you deposit from your bank into the account, or you buy directly from your bank basically after you connect them. You cannot do that here. So what you have to do is you have to transfer from a different wallet. So what you would have to do is you can click into deposit and figure out which token you want to deposit into your Hotbit. Now the one thing that you can use to trade tokens here is Tether, USDT. So what you can do is you can go into the Tether account and it shows you your address to deposit into. You have to copy that address, and then you have to simply go into the other software that you're using or the other wallet that you have where you have that Tether, and then from that application you're transferring into this address over here. So let me give you this example over here. I have that Stellar and I want to deposit this, I want to send this Stellar to my Hotbit account. It's really easy. I go into my Hotbit, I have to find the XLM, and I go into deposit, I find XLM, and this is my address and my memo. Go back to my Coinbase and I click on send. You choose how much you have to send. So for example, if you want to invest $100, first you have to purchase $100 of XLM through Coinbase, and then you'll be able to move that XLM into whatever else. $10 that I can deposit. So it's asking me to, where do I want to send it to? So you simply copy the address over here from your deposit address and enter it in here. And then it's going to ask you for the memo. Make sure that you copy the memo. Not every address will ask for it, but if it does ask for it, if it lists on there, make sure you deposit that. Make sure you write that down as well. Then you preview the send. It shows you how much Coinbase fee you have, how much network fee you have, and the total, and you send it. And that's it. A few minutes later, all this money is going to appear in your XLM account on Hotbit. Now the reason I'm showing you XLM, and that's another great tip for you that I'm sharing with you for free, is XLM has, as you could see earlier, there was no transaction fee. There was no network fee to send XLM. So it was whatever XLM I have, I can send the exact same amount without any extra fees. There's no gas fees or anything like that. If you use Ethereum or anything like that based on Ethereum, even Shiba, I would have to pay a bunch of transaction fees and lose a bunch of my money that way. Even if it's $10, $15, it all depends on your amount of your transaction. Now let's say you have your XLM here in the account, you have to take that XLM and exchange it in Tether. You can also, of course, buy Tether right away and it's ready to go, ready for exchange. But let's say you have some XLM. All you have to do is you have to find XLM inside the trade tab over here. You see the 3 lines on top over here. You search for XLM. These are just it's a list of popular stuff. You can either buy XLM or you can sell XLM. So I'm gonna sell my XLM that I have. I just don't have any in my account right now. And it sells it for USDT, which is Tether. And then I sell. I click on sell over here. Once it's sold, I will now have Tether in my account. And now I can use that Tether to trade some other stuff. For example, I go into my global over here, or growing, I want to see that Myong. What if I want to buy Myong? It goes for USDT. Let's say I want to buy some Myong, right? I can see here that, you know, for 244, another thing really important here with Hotbit is that the number over here has to be an even number. It cannot be like a crazy number like this. Like if I'm gonna go and buy, it's gonna tell me volume to trade placement must be a multiple. So what I have to do is I have to actually put a bunch of zeros. So now this will actually let me buy it. Okay, I just don't want to buy this much right now with Myong. I just looked it up and I didn't like the way it looks. But this is how you buy with USDT. Now notice that some coins, for example that same Saitama that we talked about, it uses NUSD. Notice that over here it shows NUSD and not USDT. So now if I have some NUSD, I can buy. But how do you get NUSD? It's super easy. You go into home and you click into this exchange over here. And here you basically take whatever you want to exchange from USDT to NUSD. You put an amount. So of course you have to have enough USDT to do so. For example, I have 400 USDT here right now, and I want to exchange 200 of that into NUSD. So 200 USDT will give me 200 billion NUSD, which is only worth 200 bucks. And then I click convert and it instantly converts it. Instantly. And it doesn't cost anything. And you can do the same thing other way around. You can press those arrows over here and convert NUSD into USDT. So that's how easy it is. It just takes a couple extra steps to get things done on here, but it's doable. It's doable. And then there is of course investments and other things that you can do. You can do staking. There is a limitless amount of things you can do on Hotbit Exchange. It's a crazy platform. So this is the most important things for you to know about Hotbit. How to start buying with Hotbit. Remember, you go into fund, you go into deposit, and then you deposit the type of token or coin that you already have in a different wallet into here. Let's say you already have Ethereum in another wallet, in your Coinbase wallet. So you go and you select Ethereum, you copy that address, and you go into your other wallet, and you click send, and you send to this address over here. Once you send it to this address over here, it comes, and now it's in your account. And you're doing the same thing if you want to transfer or you want to withdraw. You click into withdraw, and you choose the address where you want to send it to. Again, that's another thing. You can't just deposit it straight to your bank account. You have to go through another exchange. So that's the only downside really to that. But is it really a downside? A lot of people will argue that it's actually a good thing because it's not related to an actual bank. So who knows whether it's a good thing or not. But it works. It definitely works. So you choose the address where you want to go, where you want that money to go to. You choose the amount and you withdraw. And then the software sends it to you. Every day you can see over here, look at ZLK. Look at that, 14,000% increase. If you look at that stuff, it just got listed probably, ZLK. If I go into ZLK in my CoinMarketCap to see what it is, it doesn't even find it on there yet. So of course I'm not going to invest into something that even CoinMarketCap doesn't have. But that's one thing that you have to be super careful about. Don't invest into crazy stuff. In my previous video, I talked about some tokens that are just fake. People come up with tokens to make money off of people based on some trends, you know, they hype it up, and then once a lot of people invest into it, they pull the money out and they disappear. So
those kind of exchanges, swaps, that's where it happens the most, because usually once a coin gets on some platform like Coinbase, some big platform like this, very known, this is most likely a legitimate coin. I believe in Shiba a lot because Shiba has entered Coinbase, and since it entered Coinbase, I know that it's not a coin that's gonna just disappear tomorrow, because a lot of people are gonna be upset with Coinbase at that point. Like, you didn't do your due diligence, and a lot of people will lose trust. And Coinbase is a sponsor now for a lot of, like, I was watching NBA the other day, and I noticed that Coinbase was one of the sponsors of the NBA. I also noticed that Crypto.com is one of the sponsors for UFC. Crypto.com was one of the major biggest sponsors. Now they're renaming one stadium into Crypto.com, Crypto Stadium. That's insane. Crypto is growing, the growth is exponential. So remember, invest responsibly. Make sure that you don't do crazy stuff when it comes to any investments, stock market, crypto market. Just use common sense. Don't do any impulsive trades, impulsive purchases or sell-offs. Just don't do that, because you need to think things through. Sometimes you need to sleep on it. Sometimes you need to sit down, take a hot shower, relax, think about it, talk to someone maybe, and then execute. But don't jump into conclusions, because things in this market, in this day and age, are simply crazy. I can't express how crazy things are around here. So that's the things that I wanted to show you and talk to you about. So I will also link a link below if you want to sign up for a Hotbit. I don't really get anything out of it, but I want more people to know about this, because I found out about that and nobody really shared that with me, and it kind of sucks. You know, I wish someone came up to me 10 years ago and said, Vlad, there is this thing called Bitcoin. Invest into it, put in $100 and you'll be a wealthy man one day. I would have probably said, you know what, I don't believe in any of this internet money thing, but you know, $100 may be worth the shot, you know. If someone told me, properly explained to me what it is, but nobody ever done that for me, so I'm not that kind of person. Once I found out about cryptocurrency and I started learning more about it and seeing the potential behind it, I decided to share with everybody that I know. I want to be the friend that comes up to you and tells you, invest into this and you will one day become wealthy. Just be smart about it, right? That's all it takes. You have to be smart, be patient, and today is still not too late. If you wait another year, you might be a little bit too late. You might be a little bit disappointed that you didn't do it today, because I even feel like today is a bit late, because I'm telling you, a year ago it would have been way better. 3 years ago, even better. 10 years ago would be the best when I just started. But unfortunately, we're not there. It's been 10 years later, and it's better late than never. It also could be too late. A little bit later in the future, maybe another year, maybe you have 6 months, maybe you have a couple years, who knows. But cryptocurrency is blowing up like crazy, and it's inevitable. It's unstoppable. Just be careful with what you put your hard-earned money into, and you'll do really good. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends if you want them to be wealthy as well and try out new things, new strategies. And I will see you in another video. Take care.